Today, the Atlanta Falcons against the San Francisco 49ers.
A perfect San Francisco Sunday weather-wise, and a capacity crowd at Candlestick Park to see the Atlanta Falcons battle the San Francisco 49ers. And in the NFC's Western Division, everyone's a winner right now, including the Saints, who are beating Dallas, and of course first place is at stake in the fourth game of this season. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton along with Wayne Walker, and you can mark this down as one of the big rivalries. It is a serious rivalry, hard hitting, it is physical indeed, and this is one of the weeks the coaches don't have to say much to their players to get them up for this contest. But Wayne, one of the interesting sidelights of this fact is that the Falcons have won 5 of 6 against the 49ers, and there must be a reason why.
Matchups, really, Dick. Fred Dean's a big force for the 49ers on defense, and Mike Ken has neutralized him. The Niners have problems stopping the run up inside. William Andrews has hurt them in the past. They live off the short pass. The Falcon linebackers are extremely quick. They've stopped that. Another interesting facet here, Wayne, is the fact that the 49ers haven't won a game at Candlestick since they beat Dallas in the NFC title game 2 years ago. They are 0-6 here at Candlestick Park. Any reasons why? Well, that's really hard to figure out. They were 9 out of 10 in their Super Bowl year with 2 playoff games. But if you remember, the field was in bad shape then. It was wet. The sod came up. The net psych teams out before they got here. That's been fixed. And besides last year, as Super Bowl champs, teams were shooting at him. Atlanta's shooting at him now. Let's go to Dick Stockton and get it underway. All right, Wayne, and there is Ray Wersching, who last week boomed most of his kicks, 5 of 7 into the end zone against the Cardinals, and he will be kicking off to the Atlanta Falcons. It'll be Richard Williams, number 22, and Lynn Kane, 21. Kane on the left. Keep in mind that the Falcons have not returned a kickoff beyond their own 26-yard line yet this year. Talking to both clubs, Wayne and I, both practices, they are revved up for this game. NFC Western battle, and Lynn Kane at the 2-yard line runs it out. He's hit and dropped at the 21-yard line by Ron Ferrari, who's in just about every play. Tremendous hustler. So for the Atlanta Falcons, Steve Bartkowski, William Andrews, and great receivers in Jenkins and Jackson. The H-back, which we'll explain, is Junior Miller, number 80. The offensive line for the Falcons. On the left side, they're awfully good. Kenan Thielman, Van Note, the veteran, an all-pro, Scully and Bryant, and a free agent tight end in Ben Young. There's Bartkowski off to the best start of his career. 1st and 10 at the 21. In motion, the H-back. Junior Miller and William Andrews going outside on 1st down and picks up nearly 9 and maybe more on that play. The tackle by the right safety, Dwight Hicks. So let's check the 49ers defense, which of course will change depending on the situation. John Harty starts for the second week at left end, Dwayne Board at right end, and Pete Kugler coming on at nose tackle. The linebackers, Jack Reynolds, Hacksaw is back at inside linebacker. Rookie Ricky Ellison is the other inside backer with Harper and Turner. And Ronnie Lott, Eric Wright, Rick Jervis, and Dwight Hicks. And they have been superb. 2nd and 1. Andrews. He'll have the 1st down. And he's a guy that has always done damage against the 49ers running inside, Wayne. Well, the Niners said that the key to stopping William Andrews, especially in this one-back offense today, would be to get him running sideways. They know he hurts them when he runs straight at them. They want him to run wide, stuff up the middle, and get him running sideways. They did that the first time, and he still gained 8 yards. He gained 150 against the Lions last week, 2nd best of his career. The only time he did better was in his debut 4 years ago against the Saints. It's 1st and 10 Falcons on their own 34-yard line. Lawrence Pillars is now in at left end. In motion is Junior Miller, and Andrews stopped one way, goes up the middle, and picks up some nice yards to the 39. Willie Harper, the outside linebacker, and Jack Reynolds makes the stop. Now, if Willie Harper had not been a veteran linebacker, William Andrews might break this for a big game, but he stays behind here on the pursuit, and when Andrews cuts back, Harper, number 59, is right there. 2nd down 5. William Andrews, leading rusher, 3rd leading receiver on his ball club. Up the middle. Stopped short, about 3 yards shy of a 1st down, and Dwayne Board and Hacksaw Reynolds in there once again. So Jack Reynolds actually seeing his first action this year, 35-year-old veteran from Tennessee. He's been hampered with a hamstring, and now the nickel comes in. But
While the 49ers change their defense, I've got to ask you, we've heard a lot about H-back. Junior Miller or Billy Johnson, one or the other. What do we mean by H-back?
H-back is just a move back. Back there, he can be a tight end. He can be a blocker. He can get out and go for passes. He's an all-purpose back there, and they have White Shoes Johnson in there now at that spot.
And he's in motion. 3rd and 3 at the 42. Bartkowski will go to Andrews. Andrews first down. Moore into San Francisco territory. And carrying 3 49ers on his back to the 30-yard line before Dwight Hicks and Ronnie Lott in the secondary make the stop. No secret what the Falcons are doing coming out.
Now the 49ers in a nickel, just 2 linebackers, so that's cuts down on their pursuit right here. You see the block made right there on number 54 Ferrari. Enabled Andrews to get up, get his shoulders squared up and pick up big yardage downfield.
A 27-yard gain by William Andrews, so he's off to a hot start again. And 1st and 10 Atlanta on the 49er 31. In motion, Junior Miller. And guess who? Nope, this is Lynn Kane. Lynn Kane going outside and was hit by Eric Wright coming up from the secondary at the 21-yard line. So Lynn Kane, who was a 3rd leading rusher last year out of Southern California, replaced Gerald Riggs, who's had rib injuries last week in the lineup. Picked up 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Falcons moving. They're at the 22 of the 49ers. 3.5 minutes gone by, no score. Here's Ben Young, the tight end, getting set. Bartkowski with his first throw of the game. Can't find a receiver. Now he does, and he wisely overthrows the tight end Ben Young, and Rick Jervis was covering.
We talked to Dan Henning yesterday and asked him about Bartkowski's mobility. There's been a rap on him because of his injuries and problems with his knee, that he doesn't move around real well in the pocket, but he showed you right there that they can move well enough to get out of trouble.
Bartkowski missed 21 of his first 42 games as a pro, but today he's making his 50th consecutive start, so he's proven his durability.
He's got one of the best arms in the game, too.
3rd and 1 now at the 22. So in this first drive, this is a big down. And William Andrews is tripped up behind the line. I don't believe he's gotten the first down. It'll be awfully close. Ronnie Lott, awfully tough coming in to force the play.
Ronnie Lott's like a linebacker. Watch him close in down here from the left side. Take on that lead back right there. Took on Lynn Kane, stopped him, and then was in on the tackle. You get a cornerback like Lott, who weighs about 200, but looks like he's about 215, 220. He's like having another linebacker in there. He leads the 49ers in tackles.
And they've got the first down. So Dan Henning doesn't have to make a decision if they had been shy. And so William Andrews, who has carried 6 times for 49 yards, has given the Falcons a first down.
Dick, last week the 49ers were very successful blitzing, and they've been pretty conservative here so far today. But Atlanta's moving the ball on them. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they blitz a couple of times here to see if they can come up with a big play.
Either a sack or a turnover. Up the middle, Andrews again. They use Andrews a lot early and a lot late in the game, and they'll spell him. Dwight Hicks and Dwayne Board combined to make the tackle. As you look at Steve Bartkowski in his 9th year, a homecoming of sorts, played his college ball at the University of California, and has had success against the 49ers. 2nd and 6 at the 16. Andrews again. Gets inside the 15. And it'll be 3rd and about 4 now for the Falcons.
Oh, it's a very good, very experienced offensive line that Atlanta has. Tackle to tackle, Mike Cannon, Thielman, Van Note to center, John Scully starting at right guard this year, and Warren Bryant over at right tackle. As a group, they're perhaps as good as anybody in the National Football League, and right now they're controlling the line of scrimmage.
Thielman switched from right guard to left guard. A real good left side in Kenneth Thielman, but they're all doing a good job now. 3rd and 2 at the 13. In motion, Junior Miller or Billy White Shoes Johnson. And Andrews again. Close. And we may have another measurement. Making the play, Willie Harper, and coming up from the strong safety spot, Rick Jervis. Big play was a 27-yard run by William Andrews. So far 11 plays in this drive. We have 9:42 remaining in the first quarter. There's no score. They're short.
Decision time here, isn't that already?
He almost had to make one before, and he's going to go for it. Dan Henning, in his first year, he's been well trained with the likes of Sid Gilman, Joe Gibbs, Don Shula. Is going to go for it right here. Alama Matthews, Lynn Kane, and William Andrews. 4th and 1 at the 11. The crowd will tell you. Andrews might not have made it. It'll be a few moments before we know for sure. And once again, Willie Harper and Rick Jervis combined to make the tackle. I'd say it's a big measurement here.
No question, it'll be a real lift for the 49ers if they get this stop.
Going for it on 4th down. And they don't make it. The 49ers take over on down. He gambled and it came up empty.
Nothing fancy here, folks. This is just straight ahead blocking. Reynolds is over. Harper comes down and makes a hit from the outside linebacker post.
So Dan Henning talking to center Jeff Van Note, the veteran, and so the Falcons, who held the ball for nearly 6 minutes of this first quarter, give it up to the 49ers, who have it on their own 11, 1st and 10. We'll give you their offense after this play, and it'll be a pass on 1st down, complete to Russ Francis, who gets knocked about and picks up 9 yards.
But guess what Atlanta did? They came out in a 3-4 defense after using a 4-3 all during preseason in their first 3 games.
Montana, Tyler, Bill Ring starting at fullback, and Dwight Clark and Freddie Solomon, the reliable receivers. William Paris, Bubba Paris has been playing well at left tackle. Ayers, Quillen, Cross, and Farnhorst, they're veterans up front, and Russ Francis, who caught that pass on 1st down, coming off a fine game against St. Louis. They're going to measure now to see whether the 49ers picked up the 1st down. 12 plays and nearly 6 minutes. The Falcons held the ball but were stopped on 4th and 1.
Dick, 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers has been the Falcons' base defense since Dan Henning took over. In the past, Atlanta, as we mentioned at the top of this telecast, gave the 49ers all kinds of problems with a 3-4 defense with 4 linebackers in there. They started this game with 3 down linemen and 4 linebackers. The rookie David Fry, number 58, was in there for one of the 4 linebackers.
Checking the defense when they're in the 4-3, it's Yates, Zeile, Don Smith, who's their best up front, and Jeff Merrow.
Zeile was out of there then.
Richardson, Kuykendall, and Buddy Curry.
David Fry goes in there.
Right. Fine linebackers right there. Joel Williams now in Philadelphia. Butler, Kenny Johnson, and the tough safeties, Glazebrook and Pridemore back there. 2nd and 1 for Joe Montana. Do you think the 49ers or the Falcons know that the 49ers would love to face that 4-3?
Well, I think they know that they've worked on it all week. And this is a little bit of a surprise, not a total surprise, because Atlanta has used a 3-4 in some situations this year. But as I said, it hasn't been their base defense. They didn't catch the 49ers completely by surprise, but they hadn't worked on it a whole lot. But that's okay, because the teams they played before were using 3-4, so they've had to look at it all year.
Joe Montana, 7 touchdown passes, only 2 interceptions. Up the middle, Wendell Tyler appears to have the 1st down. The 49ers last week had 527 yards total offense. That's the most they've had in a game in 22 years. And the big story for them, of course, has been the diversified attack, additional rushing with, of course, Wendell Tyler, who's already gained more yards than Jeff Moore, the leading rusher last year. 1st and 10 at the 23 now for the 49ers. Play action, Montana up the middle, he finds Tyler. Tyler has a 1st down to the 35-yard line. And the tackle by the middle linebacker, Fulton Kuykendall.
Well, Tyler makes the play action work a little bit better than it has in the past for the 49ers. No one respected their play action pass right because they really didn't have a great runner. Watch Kuykendall, number 54. He'll have the coverage here. He turns around, sees Tyler, and will slip here. Go down. Tyler gets around him and picks up the 1st down.
Now tied with Dwight Clark for the receiving lead. 1st and 10 at the 35. Bill Ring is in motion wide, and he is there to catch the ball at the 40, and Bill Ring ridden out of bounds. Maybe another 1st down. David Fry, outside linebacker, makes the stop, and all of the 49ers respect the hard-charging Bill Ring.
No question, and that was kind of a rookie mistake that time. Fry got cut up inside a little bit. He had to come all the way across the formation. He was running, but he didn't get out quickly enough, and Ring was wide open in the flat.
Bill Ring starting in place of Roger Craig. He gained 60 yards. Longest carries of his career. Most effective fullback. 1st and 10 now for the 49ers. In motion is Ring. They're at the 46-yard line. Their own 46. This is caught by Dwight Clark. And Clark will pick up about 5 there. Buddy Curry made the hit on Dwight. Clark has not caught as many passes as he did a year ago. Montana's going to more people.
This is a typical Dwight Clark catch here, a short one. But what I want you to watch is after he catches the ball, and watch all the white jerseys show up here. This is what Atlanta has been famed for in the past. Look at these guys come to the ball here. Great hustling team defense. As long as somebody's moving, they're going to stick him.
Montana has completed all 4 of his passes for 37 yards. Zeile comes back in at left tackle. Fry goes out of the game. Against the 4-3, Montana finds Clark again, and a first down at the 37. Bobby Butler on the hit.
Butler gives away a lot to Clark physically. Clark is about 6'4", 215 pounds, and Butler's 5'11". And that was great timing on that pass between Montana and Clark. Respecting play action here now. That freezes the linebackers. That's why there wasn't a linebacker back there close. They had to respect that play action fake.
Clark is out of the ball game, shaken up a bit over at the sidelines, and Mike Wilson replaces him, number 85. 1st and 10 for the 49ers on the Atlanta 38. And a fine defensive play stopping Wendell Tyler. Mike Zeile cutting in, and there is Mike, who had been a backup nose tackle to Don Smith in the 3-4.
And at one time started at nose tackle for Atlanta in the 3-4. Left tackle right here. They try to reach him with the center, but he beats that block and comes through there and gets an arm out and makes the stop.
It'll be no gain. 2nd down 10. No score. 5:30 remaining in the 1st quarter. Dick Stockton and Wayne Walker here at sunny Candlestick Park, San Francisco. 2nd and 10. Tyler finds an opening. Quick burst, loses the ball. And the Falcons, unless the whistle had blown, had recovered. And the whistle had indeed blown. And the Falcons think that was an awfully quick whistle.
Well, it may have been a quick whistle. It may not have been a whistle, but you got to keep in mind the ground cannot cause a fumble. So if Wendell Tyler hit the ground with the ball and it came out, that cannot be a fumble. Atlanta now back to the 4-3 defense after that last 49er first down.
Dan Henning grew up in the Bronx, New York, played college ball at William & Mary and the NFL 1 year as a quarterback at San Diego in 1966. Jeff Moore has come in for Wendell Tyler, number 25. He's back there with Bill Ring. Play action on 3rd down. 3rd on 34-yard line and complete. And a first down to Freddie Solomon. He caught 2 touchdown passes last week. Freddie Solomon gives the 49ers a new first down.
Well, this was just a great throw. Watch Bobby Butler. He's up here close playing bump and run. Gets his hands on him within the 5-yard line there. Stays with him. He has good coverage. Solomon comes back. Butler still in good shape, but look at the throw right on the money and right at the sideline.
13-yard pickup, so it's been a game of ball control. The Falcons for 6 minutes, the 49ers for 4.5 right now. Remember what Buddy Curry said to us yesterday in practice? He says, we know they're going to move the ball. We just got to get a turnover sometime. Bill Ring inside, gets to the 15-yard line. And a good 6-yard pickup by the former Brigham Young player, with Buddy Curry and Jeff Merrill making the stop for the Falcons.
Ring might be the people's choice here at Candlestick. He's just a real hard-working guy that with not great ability, that gives about 150% every game on special teams. And every time he's in there, things seem to happen. He makes yards. He started last week for Roger Craig, his first start of the year, and had a big game. 60 yards and 5 carries. 2nd and 4 at the 15. Play action. Montana gets it off, and it's up in the air, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Bob Glazebrook, and that'll go as a touchback as Glazebrook stays in the end zone. So there's that turnover the Falcons were talking about. They've got it with Glazebrook's first interception of the year. Exactly right. Montana with plenty of time here. Throwing for Dwight Clark, number 87, against Butler. Butler in good shape again right here. Gets up and basically gets a hand on it and may deflect it himself. Butler may have had a hand on that, or at least a finger.
think he did. So the Falcons pick it off, and Montana has thrown his 3rd interception of the season. So under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, still no score. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Atlanta. Here's Junior Miller, number 80. William Andrews gets nothing. Wendell Tyler, who came out of the game for Jeff Moore in that last drive, has left the field. We'll find out what the problem is with him. Andrews goes back into the huddle. Very confident fellow is William Andrews, and a team leader, as we found out.
No question about that. When he speaks in the locker room or practice, those other guys listen.
And after the loss to the Giants, he had a lot to say. 2nd down, 10 at the 20. Miller. Play action. Pass to Alfred Jenkins. It's a physical secondary the 49ers have, as you can see there. Willie Harper, but Ronnie Lott, who plays like a linebacker, just threw him down.
What you're seeing is really 2 of the most physical secondaries in football. Jenkins right here, number 84, just a little hitch pass. He wants to take a couple steps downfield, get the back going, get some help from the tackle. Harper's out there. He is getting a block, but Ronnie Lott didn't buy anything and wrestled into the ground.
It's a 3rd down and 8 for the Falcons. Fred Dean is in there as the roving linebacker, number 74. White Cheese Johnson is in motion. Pressure and a splits, and Rick Jervis forced the fumble, and the 49ers recover. Jeff Stover, in his 2nd year, made the recovery.
Rick Jervis, safety blitz, left side of your screen, blind side on Bartkowski. The ball is out, bounces around. Stover, number 72, who comes in on the nickel defense, makes the recovery. The 49ers are in business at the Atlanta 16.
But the hit was by Rick Jervis. We'll have a lot to say about him. 49ers 1st and 10. Montana, no score. He's gone for Clark, overthrown. Kenny Johnson was defending Dwight Clark. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the 49ers. Joe Montana, who set an NFL record, 300 or more yards, 5 straight games last year, and that streak was snapped by this Atlanta team.
Great coverage that time by the cornerback, number 37, Kenny Johnson, on Clark. One of the real smart technique players in the NFL.
Wendell Tyler is not in there. Jeff Moore is, number 25, along with Bill Ring. 2nd and 10 at the 16. Montana to Francis, and he's going to lose yards. Coming up and forcing the play was Al Richardson, the 4th-year linebacker. So a fine play by Richardson.
Hey, Dick, that's the reaction ability of the Atlanta linebackers that we talked about. Really hard to beat those guys. Wendell Tyler, we just learned, may have a separated shoulder. If that is the case, you won't see him again here this afternoon.
It'll be 3rd down, 15. Following the loss, Andrew Provence, number 72, a 3rd-round draft choice, is in the game at left tackle. Montana at the 21. Finds Clark. Clark at the 10. Spins in, and he's going to score. Touchdown. It was a great play for the Niners, but Clark made it happen after the catch. And the 2nd touchdown of the year for Dwight Clark. Worshing with Montana to hold. With 1:38 remaining in the first quarter, the 49ers get on the board. And it's 7-0, San Francisco. 21-yard touchdown play. Montana to Clark.
Watch the effort here by Clark. He is a horse, got great stamina. He'll be going as hard at the end of the game as he is right here. 37 is Johnson, makes a dive, can't get there. Looks like he stopped here. He spins out of a couple tackles and stumbles into the end zone for the 6th.
8th touchdown pass for Joe Montana. And we we have 1:38 remaining, and Dwight Clark, who's 10 receptions behind a year ago at this time, catches a big one, and the 49ers score 3 plays. It was set up, of course, by the fumble by Bartkowski on the hit by Rick Jervis, and Ray Wershing will be kicking off for the 49ers. Falcons control the ball for nearly 6 minutes and failed on 4th down to get a first down. Here's Lynn Kane, who's standing at the goal line for the Atlanta Falcons. Both these teams 2-1 coming into this game. But the Falcons have had the edge, winning 5 of the last 6 against the 49ers. And Kane will settle for it in the end zone, a touchback, and they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Seven 0 San Francisco leading Atlanta. The Falcons will go on offense. Stockton and Wayne Walker back at Candlestick Park. 49ers lead 7 0. Falcons have the ball as Alfred Jenkins goes out wide left and Alfred Jackson wide to the right. Steve Bartkowski, the quarterback. They're at the 20. And they have a penalty. Illegal procedure against the Falcons.
That was one thing that had disturbed Dan Henning in the first 3 games, is the fact that Atlanta had stopped themselves with a lot of penalties, mainly holding penalties in crucial situations.
False start, 66, offense.
That was Warren Bryant, the right tackle, and that's the first penalty of the ball game. So it's 1st and 15 at the 15-yard line. Here's Ben Young, the tight end, who was in motion, and now Junior Miller. Play action. Bartkowski up the middle finds William Andrews as a receiver. Andrews gets to the 24-yard line. So the Falcons' first 16 plays, Andrews has figured in 12 of them as Rick Jervis and Jack Reynolds make the tackles. Final scores: St. Louis coming from behind, beating Philadelphia 14-11, the Cardinals' first win of the year. Minnesota beat Detroit in a close game, 20-17. We'll keep you posted on all the scores. Buffalo over Houston 30-17. Houston winless. Buffalo 3-1. 2nd and 5 at the 25. Draw played, Andrews. And the 49ers had a notion on that one. And anytime you can hold Andrews to a couple of yards right there, you've done your job. Andrews so far. And there's the final score as Dallas came from behind to defeat New Orleans 21-20.
It's at the 3rd time in 4 games that Dallas has come from behind to win.
Well, I guess they have to call them the Cardiac Kids then, 1983 so far. The Saints are now 2-2 in the NFC West. Cincinnati beats Tampa Bay in the battle of 0-3 teams. Final score. So it's 3rd and 4 here at the 26. Tim Collier is in a nickel back, number 47. And here comes a blitz. Bartkowski smelled it, and the pass complete. Should be good for a first down to Alfred Jenkins, who now has caught a pass in 102 consecutive games. And that's the most of anyone active in the National Football League. He holds all Falcon receiving records.
I believe that was a designed rollout by Bartkowski. It's called a dash. He drops straight back in the pocket, and then right at the last instant rolls right. And he can move. You saw his mobility.
So that's the end of the first quarter here at Candlestick Park. Turnovers have had a roll so far. An interception stopped the 49ers. A fumble stopped the Falcons. And the 49ers went in on a Montana to Clark touchdown pass, 21 yards. So at the end of the first quarter, there you're looking at Clark, who caught the touchdown pass at 7-0.
Football League is sponsored by light beer from Miller. Everything you've always wanted in a beer and less. And by Chevrolet. America is on the move, and Chevrolet is supplying the wheels. Chevrolet and you taking charge.
Start of the second quarter here in San Francisco. Dick Stockton with Wayne Walker. The 49ers lead, but they have lost Wendell Tyler with a dislocated left shoulder. He'll not return. 1st and 10 on the 31 now. In motion, Junior Miller. Screen pass to Harold Jackson, or Alfred Jackson, we should say, who gets knocked out of bounds. Right now, we want to welcome you viewers who've been watching the Dallas-New Orleans game, an exciting ball game won by Dallas 21-20. Dick Stockton and Wayne Walker here in San Francisco as the Atlanta Falcons trail the San Francisco 49ers 7-0 in a battle of 2-1 teams so far. Falcons controlled the ball early, could not gain a 4th down. And on a turnover, the 49ers ultimately scored. 2nd and 3 now at the 38. Wendell Tyler's been lost to the 49ers with a dislocated left shoulder. Bartkowski finds Jenkins. And Alfred Jenkins has a 1st down for the Falcons. And the ball just short of midfield. The New England Patriots upset the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-23.
New England, a young team. I think they're starting to believe in themselves now.
And next week, Wayne and I will be at Foxborough at Sullivan Stadium as the 49ers do battle with the Patriots. That's next Sunday on CBS Sports. 1st and 10 now. Falcons at their own 47. Opening minute of the 2nd quarter. Andrews tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Keena Turner, who last week made such a ferocious hit on O.J. Anderson. Anderson said as it was daytime and then it was nighttime.
This play looked good until Turner came in on the blitz from the right-hand side. They got a guard out in front, but Turner blitzing in from behind catches up and makes the play. 49ers going to have to do some gambling on defense, as are Atlanta. Both teams are going to move the ball today, and both defenses know that.
Billy Johnson is now the H-back, replacing Junior Miller. And he goes in motion one way then the other at 2nd and 14. Bartkowski under pressure, and he's down. Milt McCall rushed the passer, the linebacker out of Stanford. And you're talking about the blitzing, and they're doing it just about on every play now.
They came from both sides. McCall but coming from the left, Keena Turner from the right. McCall's 53, Turner's back there with him. McCall's a big guy. He's almost like a Ted Hendricks type guy. He's about 6'5". You'll see him here, 53. About 6'5", 235 pounds. He gets a no touch there. Linebackers love that.
His dad was a receiver and in with the Chicago Bears, one of 8 in the family to attend Stanford. 3rd down and 23 at the 35. And Bartkowski back hits Billy White Shoes Johnson. But Ronnie Lott is not going to let him get away.
That's what they hope for on that pattern. They circle White Shoes, who is the H-back, who is the move back, the man in motion in their backfield. See him crossing the screen there. To come circle underneath, and what they hope to do is get the ball to him here, have him break a tackle because he's a great open field runner. But number 42 doesn't miss too many tackles, and look at his strength. Ronnie Lott can play.
He has already made 2 terrific tackles, and now you're looking at the rookie Ralph Giacomo of Penn State. First punt of the ball game. Freddie Solomon is deep for the 49ers. 4th down. Giacomo inside his 30. Ferrari coming in to try to block it. And Solomon back at the 15. Penalty marker down. And Solomon is stopped at the 22-yard line. Here's our referee, Tom Dooley. He'll try to unravel it all. And John Rady makes the stop for the Falcons. A 42-yard punt by Giacomo. Illegal block, and like you've said every week so far, this is commonplace on every punt return.
It almost seems like it anymore. That was the first punt of the game, and we get a flag. That'll be interesting to see in this sequence, Dick, as they step it off here. Atlanta, if they'll go back to their base 4-3 defense or use that 3-4 they started the game with.
Eric Wright was the guilty party.
Right side of the screen, 21, Eric Wright, blocking from behind there. And that was it. Solomon picked up a few yards on that punt return, but nullified by the penalty on Eric Wright.
Is off the right side and gets tripped up at about the 25-yard line by Jeff Yates. So Moore, who's the leading rusher last year, looking at the games that are underway right now. Washington off to a good start against Kurt Warner and Seattle. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. The 49ers at their 25. We have 11 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the first half. Dick Stockton and Wayne Walker. Bill Ring replaces Roger Craig now in the backfield, number 30. And he's going in motion. Montana to Clark. Shy of a first down. Good Atlanta defense. Stops him about a yard short. Holden Kuykendall, the middle linebacker. And this is no strange situation because away from the play there, they were going at each other again. We asked Tom Pridemore about the hard hitting between these teams.
Well, he said that they don't let us intimidate them, and we don't let them intimidate us. There's a lot of late hitting going on, not illegal late hitting, but Russ Francis right there going after Bobby Butler. Kenny Johnson comes over to even it up.
Not in height, they won't even it up.
No.
Pridemore said, well, I guess we keep hitting until we hear the whistle. If we don't hear the whistle, we go at it. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Earl Cooper, number 89, is in the game at tight end, and there's Cooper making the catch, ridden out of bounds after picking up 8. And if you're saying, what is Cooper wearing that number for? He changed it this week from his number 49, where he actually was a fullback when he started with the Niners, to number 89. And he said it doesn't matter what number he wears.
No, he said he wanted to keep the 9 because when he was drafted number 1 along with Jim Stuckey 4 years ago, Stuckey was 79, he was 49. They want to stay together by having a 9 on their jersey.
Now caught a pass in 45 straight games. That's every one he's played in. Earl Cooper out of Rice. 2nd down now and 3. Ball at the 39. Here's Jeff Moore. Jeff Moore has John Ayers blocking. And he's maybe just short of a first down. He's awfully close. Mike Zealy, number 63, and Kenny Johnson combined to make the stop. Joe Montana, 5th year out of Notre Dame. 3rd-ranked passer right behind Bartkowski, and Moore got the first down.
Well, Jeff Moore has been a pretty good acquisition for the 49ers. They picked him up last year. He was waived by Seattle, signed as a free agent with the 49ers, ended up as their leading rusher with 288 yards. And if you think they were hurting for a ground game, Wendell Tyler already has more than that this season. But Moore is pretty versatile in the backfield. He can catch the ball. He was 5th in the NFC last year with 37 catches.
And this was the first game that he's actually carried the ball this year. 1st and 10, Montana. Up the middle. Dwight Clark again. And Clark is stopped short of midfield at the 49-yard line. So he's about 3 yards shy of a first down. But there's that man Clark lurking.
When you don't have Wendell Tyler in the backfield, you put Dwight Clark in the backfield. He lined up in the halfback spot that time, just ran a circle pattern out, and was wide open. The 49ers, excuse me, Dick, will use a lot of formations. The Atlanta team said that the 3 games they charted the 49ers, they saw 91 different formations.
It's amazing how the 49ers remember it all. 2nd down and 3 at the 49. Blaisbrook made the play, and here's Bill Ring charging, shy by half a yard, getting a first down. Buddy Curry, the outside linebacker, and Jeff Merrow makes the stop for Atlanta. So Buddy Curry, who figures prominently, he's been a mainstay of the Atlanta defense, led the team in tackles for 3 years and leading once again out of the University of North Carolina. There's Buddy, who dad played at the University of Kentucky. First time he's played outside linebacker in his life.
He said he'd never played a snap at the outside, and even in Little League football he played inside linebacker.
Bill Ring is short by inches. It'll be 3rd down. 7-0, the 49ers lead. We have 8:24 remaining in the first half. Earl Cooper comes in, number 89, replacing Freddie Solomon. Ball is just beyond midfield. Bill Walsh said this is a tough matchup. John Rady, number 59, and John Harper, 52, come in as linebackers now. Montana has the first down. Quarterback sneak, the prescribed call. Montana now able to keep the defense guessing. Certainly more diversified attack. It isn't only Dwight Clark in key situations anymore.
Well, that was the case when they had Wendell Tyler in there. They could go to play action and run a little bit more. But you've noticed since Tyler's gone out of the game, they've gone back now to that short passing game.
All right, 1st and 10 at the 47. In motion is Russ Francis. Jeff Moore and Bill Ring are the backs. And on the play action, here's Jeff Moore. He's a good receiver. Fights for extra yardage and is out of bounds at the 41-yard line, and he picks up a good chunk there. John Rady, the 8th-round draft choice from Boise State, another Idaho fellow in the NFL.
Not too many of us around. Once again, the short pass right there, the back coming out of the backfield. Now that's the 49ers treat that just like a long handoff. Get him out there in the flat and throw the ball to him. He might break a tackle and pick up more than the 4 or 5 yards that he got.
Montana so far, good afternoon, particularly percentage-wise. Near perfect. 2nd and 5 now at the 42 of Atlanta. Deep drop for Joe Montana. And Montana has Freddie Solomon for a first down deep into Atlanta territory. Bob Glazebrook makes the tackle, and I don't know about the Falcons' speed back there, and Solomon has a world of speed of his own.
Well, I was just going to say, this is probably the biggest mismatch that you're going to get in the secondary. Solomon has great speed, and Glazebrook is not a burner. Montana had plenty of time, wait for Solomon to make his cut to the corner, and then had the ball right on the shelf for Solomon.
Freddie Solomon, whose hobby could be his next career. He's collecting gold, silver, and gemstones, so he's a future gemologist. He's thinking ahead. 1st and 10. And Jeff Moore into the line for maybe a yard. The ball started at the 14. They're moving closer. Don Smith makes the tackle.
Situation here now for the 49ers in past years where you would just kind of have a feeling that Montana would be going for Dwight Clark. Clark just came in the ball game, but keep in mind that in past years the Niners didn't have Russ Francis at tight end. Montana likes to go to Francis in this area now.
2nd and 8 at the 12. Mike Pitts, the #1 draft pick for Atlanta, is in at defensive end. Montana finds Clark. He'll score. Touchdown. Everyone was talking all week about the new diversified offense of the 49ers. But as Wayne Walker has pointed out aptly here, without Wendell Tyler, you can see that Montana has gone back to his favorite receiver, Dwight Clark, and it's clicked for a pair of touchdowns here, and it's 13-0. Wershing with Montana holding. There's 5:29 remaining in the first half, and it's a 14-0 game.
Now you'll see Tom Pridemore start to close on Dwight Clark as the ball's in the air, but he was a little bit too far off him. It looked like they were in a zone, ran by him, and then Clark untouched into the end zone. It would surprise me if Atlanta was playing a zone that close to their goal line. Usually you go man for man in that situation.
And the 49ers had the ball for nearly 6.5 minutes on that drive. Free agent rookie Richard Williams of Memphis State. They are back for the Falcons, who trail the 49ers now before a capacity crowd on a lovely afternoon in the Bay Area. 14-0 as Ray Wershing gets set to kick off. And it's going to be Kane, a yard in the end zone. Gets to the 15, and that's all. Blanchard Montgomery and Ed Judy, a pair of linebackers, combined to make the play, and we have a penalty flag down. Penalty marker down. Well, if this is going to be an illegal block, it won't surprise us. And that's what it is. 2 out of 2, right? Basically.
Number 54, Ron Ferrari, is a special team specialist for the 49ers, besides playing the linebacker and the nickel defense. Watch his effort here. First, he gets on by it. He's down on the ground. Watch him get back up, stay in on the play.
First down.
That's how he made the team last year.
So an illegal block, and now the Falcons will have to line up on their goal line. We have 5 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the first half. 49ers 14 and the Falcons nothing. Long way to go. They're starting from their 8-yard line. 1st and 10. 14-0. San Francisco leading Atlanta. Junior Miller goes in motion. And here is William Andrews. He says he likes to go outside to spread the defense out, and Tina Turner was equal to the task. Jack Reynolds also there. So far, the 49ers have nearly 100 yards more in total offense than the Falcons, who picked up most of that on that first drive, which came up empty.
William Andrews said you don't really have to turn the last guy out there like an end around to run outside. You stretch the defense, and that's what they did that time, and he cut up inside the safety Jervis.
2nd down 5. Quick toss, Jenkins will have the 1st down. Ronnie Lott and Ricky Ellison make the play. Dan Henning was telling us about Bartkowski. Not often a new coach has the luxury of Steve Bartkowski as his quarterback.
That's what he said. Usually when you come to a situation you're hired as a new coach, it's because the team's not that good, and usually the team's not that good because the quarterback isn't. So it was a rarity that he's enjoying.
At the 22, 1st and 10. Bartkowski to the air again, and he was gone for Jenkins, and he had beaten Eric Wright. If that pass had been on the mark, Jenkins would have gone the distance.
It would have taken a perfect throw. Now Eric Wright's up playing bump and run here. Bartkowski looks over there right away and goes. Jenkins has about a step, but the ball would have had to be right on the money, and it was just a touch overthrown.
Alfred Jenkins. Washington lead cut against Seattle in the 2nd quarter. Cleveland surprising San Diego. 2nd and 10 at the 22. Bartkowski 7 of 9, 51 yards. Andrews up the middle. Burst forward to the 27-yard line. Ron Ferrari and Ronnie Lott combined to make the tackle. More scores from around the league. And the Rams showing they're for real so far. Baltimore over Chicago in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 3. Floyd Hodge, number 83, goes out wide left. Jenkins to the right, and the pass is intended for Hodge and caught there. Eric Wright makes the stop. So Floyd Hodge, a free agent 2 years ago, had been an injured reserve, had a hamstring pull, all sorts of injuries, gives the Falcons a 1st down.
Hodge played in every game last year, although he didn't have great stats. But one of the things that the Falcon players said they admire about Dan Henning is that he manages to get everybody in the game, and they all feel like they contribute.
Just like the Redskins. Under 3 minutes to go. White Shoes Johnson in motion. First half, 1st and 10 at the 34. 14-0. And Bartkowski, penalty flags all over the place. And we may have a face mask. Charging in was Tina Turner on a blitz. And that's the call against the Niners. So they were really hungry to get at Bartkowski there.
Turner's 58 here, coming from the outside, linebacker. Picked up pretty well, but a good effort by him. And you see his hand on the face mask of the quarterback Bartkowski. An inadvertent call, I'm sure it'll be. Turner trying to go over the top of guard John Scully on the block. Came down with his hand squarely on Bartkowski's face mask.
Face mask, 51 defense, 1st down.
It was Turner, 58.
But now they marked that off from the spot of the foul, right? So the ball actually ends up back again, but just about to where the original line of scrimmage was.
And Tom Dooley said 51. Of course, that's Randy Cross's number. 58, Tina Turner. Now maybe telling Dooley that. He said 51. He's not on the field.
Well, I think the Falcons want a few yards on the penalty, but it would be from the spot of the foul.
See, Randy Cross can't win. And they must be kidding him down there on the 49er sideline.
With those arms of Randy Cross's, Bartkowski wouldn't have a face mask left.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons on their 34-yard line. Billy Johnson on a reverse. Johnson giving ground. 49ers defensed it perfectly. And Ronnie Lott was the last man.
Yes, it was good team defense by the 49ers that time. They weren't fooled at all by that play. They had it extremely well strung out. Willie Harper is the outside linebacker here. He takes on the guard, maintains his outside leverage, gets Johnson running sideways. And then Ronnie Lott, number 42. How often does a cornerback lead your team in tackling? And that's what Ronnie Lott's doing for the San Francisco 49ers squad.
In fact, their top 4 tacklers are the starters in the secondary. Now it's second down and 13. Ron Ferrari, Tim Collier are in the game. William Andrews to the 37-yard line. Make it the 33, and it'll be third down and about 10. Keena Turner and Fred Dean make the stop.
I think I'm real surprised so far in the ball game. Bartkowski and Dan Henning have not decided to go deep downfield. And Bartkowski's got the arm for it. He's got the receivers for it. I wouldn't be a bit surprised now that if Atlanta on this situation doesn't try to get it all.
We're going to have the 2-minute warning coming up soon. They may get this play off. It'll be third and 11 at the 33. And they won't. So we're going to have our 2-minute warning right here, and a chance for Bartkowski to go to the sideline and talk to Dan Henning, who was the offensive architect behind the Washington Redskins Super Bowl championship last year. Timeout, 2-minute warning. The 49ers lead the Falcons 14-0. 2 minutes, nothing, but they have lost their ace running back Wendell Tyler, who is out with a dislocated left shoulder, and he'll be out for a few weeks. Their third down conversion story here. San Francisco's been perfect. And the cornerback's nearly perfect, Wayne. Between the two of them, Bartkowski and Montana have only 4 incompletions in 27 attempts. At the 33. Running out of the pocket. Bartkowski finds Jenkins. First down. Atlanta. It will stop the clock and bring the ball to the Atlanta 49-yard line.
Jenkins has caught a pass now in 102 consecutive games, so he's got his streak going. He'd caught one earlier. He drives Eric Wright back here deep about 17-18 yards and then comes back to the sideline, the old comeback pattern, and Bartkowski rolled out that way and put it right on a wire in there.
Use 5 seconds. First and 10, just short of midfield. It's Judy Miller, number 80. Play action for Bartkowski, and he goes to Miller. Written out of bounds by Rick Jervis, picking up 6 yards on the play, but also stopping the clock. Falcons still have the 3 timeouts remaining, have not had to use it yet. And Junior Miller on the receiving end.
Second and 4.
Both these teams 2-1 in the NFC West. The Saints lost to the Cowboys after holding a lead. That was 21-20. And the Rams lead the New York Jets. Bartkowski now has a new club record. No interceptions in his last 119 passes. He's 10 of 12 for 79 yards. Second and 4 for Bartkowski. And at the line, Ron Ferrari got his hand on it. He has just been one of the outstanding defensive players so far for the San Francisco 49ers. As you mentioned, Mike White at Illinois recommended him to Bill Walsh.
He's on a blitz there. He's picked up by the guard Thielman, number 54 right here. But now watch his effort. Leap up, get one hand up, and get it on the ball. Ferrari just never quits on you.
I think Ferrari and Rick Jervis have been terrific for the 49ers so far with all the good players they've got.
Rick Jervis has stepped in and filled in extremely well for Carlton Williamson, the starting strong safety.
Jenkins and Hodge are the receivers. There's Ben Young, the tight end. Third and 4 at the 46. A lot of motion. Bartkowski, and they're going to call pass interference on Eric Wright on Alfred Jenkins.
You know, they may call the face guarding.
Now, the question on face guarding is if Eric Wright was not waving his arms, is that a true face guarding penalty?
So I have to wait and see.
You've got to wave your arms. Dwayne Board and Fred Dean both rushed Bartkowski.
There was not. They just called pass interference.
Offsetting. We'll let Dooley tell us. .141 remaining in the first half. Brent and Irv will have highlights and scores around the league.
Holding, 78 offense, defensive pass interference, number 21 defense, penalties canceled, it's third down.
Mike Ken was holding on offense for the Falcons, and they called the pass interference on Eric Wright.
Here it is again. Tough to see.
3rd and 4 at the 49 now. Billy Johnson moving. And here's William Andrews up the middle, has a first down inside the 40-yard line. Clock running, 1:35 remaining in the first half. And the Falcons are going to use one of their remaining 3 timeouts right here. And we will take a break as well. The 49ers lead at 14-0. Montana has thrown 2 touchdown passes to Dwight Clark, and Bartkowski wants the Falcons to get on the board.
Bigger engines were easy on oil. That's why you only needed to change the oil every 3,000 to 5,000 miles. Today's smaller, higher revving engines can break down an oil's viscosity within 1,500 miles. That's why there's Castrol. Tests show Castrol suffers no significant breakdown of viscosity even after 5,000 miles. So use Castrol, because if you make things too hard on your engine could make things hard on you. Castrol, engineered for smaller cars.
The NCAA today starting at noon Eastern time, and then the Panthers go against the Mountaineers.
West Virginia won a shootout yesterday over Boston College. Hostetler over Flutie in that one. Great passing game.
Plus other regional action next Saturday on CBS Sports. 1st and 10 at the 39. William Andrews straight ahead to the 31-yard line, picks up a couple. So the Falcons decided to run.
I wanted to show you what that H-back does. Junior Miller, the man in motion. See him come down over the middle and actually block inside like an offensive guard on Lawrence Pillars that time. He can do that. He can continue across the offense, go out for passes.
Bartkowski rushed by Kugler, running for his life, and Pillars gets him. Big sack for the 49ers.
Pillars was originally drafted by the New York Jets as a linebacker, and they pumped him up by about 30 pounds and made a defensive end out of him, but Pillars can run, as you just saw.
And he gives, along with Dean, some experience on a young team up front. Falcons call a timeout. They have 1 remaining now.
Here it is again. Pillars is 65. He's handled in there inside by Thielman. Bartkowski rolls out. Now watch Pillars at 255, 260 pounds, track him down.
So we're going to take a break. 3rd down and 13 at the 41. When we come back, we have 1:03 remaining in the half.
The verdict is in.
79 yards, has now been sacked 4 times for a total of 26 yards and losses. Joe Montana has gone unscathed thus far. As you look at the timeout story, Atlanta has 1 to go. Johnson, Hobbs, and Jenkins are 3 wide receivers for the Falcons at 3rd and 13. Bartkowski finds Jenkins, who flips to William Andrews, and Andrews gets to the 21-yard line. And a play that you've seen work many times, but when you do it, when you catch the other team off guard, means a lot, and Ferrari and Hicks stop the Falcons.
Just right here, plenty of time up front now. Bartkowski on a throw. Watch William Andrews trailing, and that was a pretty good toss by Jenkins because Lott was right on him.
And it was Dwayne Board who got a hand on that pass attempt by Bartkowski with 34 seconds remaining and 1 timeout for the Falcons. Falcons are trailing 14-0, and they're at the 21-yard line of the 49ers. Is Dwayne Board. The 49er record with him starting in the last 3 years is 20 wins and 4 losses.
He's been their best all-around defensive lineman for a period of about 3 years here. You notice how many names you've called on the defensive line today making plays, but you haven't mentioned Fred Dean. Remember, we talked at the top of the telecast. Mike Ken, the offensive tackle, does a great job on him.
Right. 2nd down 10. Andrews, and on a reverse, it's going to be an option pass. Billy Johnson to Hodge. Overthrows it. We're seeing all the bag of tricks in Dan Henning's collection right now.
That was Billy Johnson to San Francisco Bay that time. Reasonably overthrown. He probably had a ton of adrenaline going. I get to throw this thing. Johnson's a great athlete. He leaned back and launched this thing like a javelin.
Photographers really had to go scurrying away, didn't they? He's going for Hodge. So Billy, I was going to say he's a triple threat as a punt returner, a receiver, and a runner, but maybe as a passer, he'd be a quadruple threat. So it's 3rd and 10 at the 21 now, and the clock shows 28 seconds to go in the first half. By the way, William Andrews has gained 76 yards in 17 carries in this half. Another 3rd down play. In motion, Billy Johnson. Bartkowski up the middle to Johnson. Touchdown, Falcons. Dwight Hicks, the defender, and Billy Johnson showing his bag of tricks.
I'll tell you, Dick, nothing but a blown coverage by the 49ers that time. Johnson was wide open from the minute he left the line of scrimmage. He just ran a straight pattern down in between zones. Nobody was close to him. No one picked him up. Hicks was the closest man to him, number 22, but he was so far off him that you don't know whether it was his man or not. And there's the dance that was patented down in Houston.
First touchdown reception of the year for Billy Johnson, who coming into this game was the leading receiver for the Falcons. Holding is Mike Morosky for Mick Luckhurst. And Mick Luckhurst's kick is good. He had missed 1 conversion. He's now 7 of 8 for the year, and so the Falcons do what they wanted to do. They score before the half is history. 24 seconds remain.
Tremendous lift. Now you see Johnson coming across the formation in motion there as that H-back. He gets bumped by the linebacker, keeps coming downfield, wide open. Great throw by Bartkowski, and what a lift now for Atlanta.
15 plays, 92 yards in 5 minutes, and we'll be back for the kickoff.
Ford Truck Week is on now, the biggest Ford truck sales event of the year. Get special 84 Ranger.
Ford to the left, and free agent rookie Carl Monroe of Utah to the right, and Mick Luckhurst. Out of the University of California, he was a rugby star here on a successful rugby team in NCAA annals. On the ground, over Eason Ramson, and Carl Monroe fields it at the 20 and is stopped inside his 20-yard line, and a fine play by Alama Matthews, a rookie, number 49. We have had only 1 punt in this half. Ball control has been the rule of the day with several long drives. So with 20 seconds to go, the 49ers have about 80 yards to go when we come back, and they also have a 7-point lead. Leading the Falcons 14-7. Joe Montana has just been over to the sidelines with Bill Walsh. He has completed 15 of 17 for 155 yards. Bartkowski 12 of 16. Great day for the passers. Montana with 20 seconds gets it out to Jeff Moore. Mike Zealy chasing him. Coming in to make the tackle is Al Richardson from his linebacker position. The clock continues to run now with less than 10 seconds to go in the half. And that will be the last play of the first half. And that's it. The half is history, and the 49ers lead it 14-7. Joe Montana 21 yards in the first quarter to Dwight Clark to make it 7-0 following a fumble recovery. And then in the second quarter, Montana hit Clark with a 12-yard touchdown pass, and 24 seconds remaining in the half. Bartkowski are leading the Falcons 14-7. Dick Stockton along with Wayne Walker. The Falcons were even in their offense and defense, running and passing. 49ers passed twice as much as they ran, and without Wendell Tyler, do you see more of the same?
I think they're going to have to, there are going to be more adjustments made during this halftime by the 49ers, and Atlanta's going to.
Minutes, and we'll be back for the kickoff.
Ford Truck Week is on now, the biggest Ford truck sales event of the year. Get special 84 Ranger.
Ford to the left, and free agent rookie Carl Monroe of Utah to the right, and Mick Luckhurst. Out of the University of California, he was a rugby star here on a successful rugby team in NCAA annals. On the ground, over Eason Ramson, and Carl Monroe fields it at the 20 and is stopped inside his 20-yard line, and a fine play by Alama Matthews, a rookie, number 49. We have had only 1 punt in this half. Ball control has been the rule of the day with several long drives. So with 20 seconds to go, the 49ers Have about 80 yards to go when we come back, and they also have a 7-point lead. Leading the Falcons 14-7. Joe Montana has just been over to the sidelines with Bill Walsh. He has completed 15 of 17 for 155 yards. Bartkowski 12 of 16. Great day for the passers. Montana with 20 seconds gets it out to Jeff Moore. Mike Zealy chasing him. Coming in to make the tackle is Al Richardson from his linebacker position. The clock continues to run now with less than 10 seconds to go in the half. And that will be the last play of the first half. And that's it. The half is history, and the 49ers lead it 14-7. Joe Montana 21 yards in the first quarter to Dwight Clark to make it 7-0 following a fumble recovery. And then in the second quarter, Montana hit Clark with a 12-yard touchdown pass, and 24 seconds remaining in the half. Bartkowski are leading the Falcons 14-7. Dick Stockton along with Wayne Walker. The Falcons were even in their offense and defense, running and passing. 49ers passed twice as much as they ran, and without Wendell Tyler, do you see more of the same?
I think they're going to have to. There are going to be more adjustments made during this halftime by the 49ers than Atlanta's going to have to make. They're going to have to make up for the loss of Wendell Tyler. I would imagine the only adjustment that the Falcons will make is to start paying a little bit more attention to Dwight Clark.
Let's go to the first touchdown of the game. It was a familiar combination. First quarter.
It looked like it was 2 years ago. Every time Montana needs something, he goes to number 87. Short pass over the middle. It looks like it's going to be about a 6 or 8 yard gain, but with just great second effort here, Clark spins around and gets into the end zone.
That was after a fumble recovery. Solomon caught a pass for 28 yards, setting up this second touchdown.
Well, he was pretty much wide open here. Pridemore came over, tried to get in on the play, but he was late, crosses right in front of the ball, and Clark had an easy route to the end zone on this one.
Then with 24 seconds to go on the half, capping a 15-play drive, the Falcons scored.
And talk about easy. This one was really easy. White shoes out of the backfield, wide open, never touched. Bartkowski saw him all the way and threw it perfectly.
Well, we talked about the big stars in this game. We know about Bartkowski and Montana. They have been brilliant so far as passers in the game, Wayne. And William Andrews has been the leading rusher, but without Wendell Tyler, the 49ers are going to have to come up with help there. So we're at halftime. Back with more from Candlestick Park. We're back in Candlestick Park in San Francisco. Dick Stockton and Wayne Walker. Mick Luckhurst teeing up the ball. Carl Monroe to the left and Jeff Moore to the right. The 49ers lead 14-7, and kind of an even game statistically, Wayne.
It is, except for the fact that Atlanta has held the ball 5 minutes longer than the 49ers. Last year when they defeated San Francisco, they held the ball for 42 minutes in that game.
That was a game the 49ers are not soon going to forget. They were beaten much worse than the 17-7 score at the end. This will be a touchback fielded by Monroe, and so the 49ers will come out first and 10 on the 20, and there's the point you're talking about, the ball control by the Falcons. Neither club has, well, as you look at the rushing, it's mostly Andrew, 76 yards, and only 26 for the 49ers, who have the edge in passing. And there's Wendell Tyler, who's out with a dislocated left shoulder. Alfred Jackson, we understand, the wide receiver for the Falcons, also has a shoulder injury, and he won't return. Roger Craig, number 33, Jeff Moore. And it's Craig, the lone setback. First and 10 at the 20-yard line, and the rookie from Nebraska showing what he could do. Bursts forward and picks up a first down. Well, he could really be a shot in the arm for the 49ers if he can run like that.
Watch the block over there at the point of attack on this toss. Keith Fahnhorst, right there, number 71, gets the block on the outside linebacker, and that gets Craig around the corner. Fahnhorst on Richardson.
Don Smith, the right tackle from behind, made the play. Roger Craig from Nebraska, as you said, played in the shadow of Redwine and Rozier. Didn't practice this week because of an ankle injury, but he's in there now, and it's 2nd down and 1 after a 9-yard pickup. Actually, more than that. Craig. He'll get the first down to the 33.
Same play exactly, just to the other side as they ran the first time. The tight end blocks down on the defensive end, and the tackle, Bubba Paris, pulls out and tries to get a block on the linebacker. Watch the defensive end go down, or the offensive end go down, and Paris pull out. Atlanta played this one a touch better, but it's still a first down.
Jeff Merrow limps off the field for the Falcons. There's Merrow. 9th year. Andrew Province, number 72, a 3rd-round draft pick from South Carolina, replaces him. 1st and 10 at the 33 for the 49ers. Pitts, not Robbins. Pitts 74 is in there. Moore is in motion. And Montano looking left and right. It's Dwight Clark who makes a terrific catch. And now they rule it incomplete at the 47. Clark, they ruled no catch. He was defended by Kenny Johnson, the right cornerback. Second down and 10. Clark caught 6 passes to lead the 49ers in the first half.
Johnson right with Clark here. Look at him. Got a hand on the ball and it was loose right there on the ground.
Alfred Jenkins caught 6 to lead Atlanta. Montana comes out 2nd and 10 now to 33. Mike Pitts, the rookie from Alabama, top draft choice. And there's Roger Craig, stumbles to the 35. It'll be 3rd and long yardage now as Ronaldo Nehemiah and Mike Pitts glare at each other. Montana, by the way, had completed 10 in a row before that incompletion to Clark.
Here's Nehemiah. Getting bumped by Butler. Took a little chop to the chin. Doesn't know what to do with it. They do get after each other a little bit.
Wasn't that way with the hurdles, was it? 3rd and 8, 35. Montana has time, and he finds Jeff Moore. But finding Jeff Moore is Bob Gladesbrook, who prevents Moore from getting first down yardage. And so on 3rd and long, the 49ers are stopped at the 41-yard line, a yard short. So Gladesbrook made the key play there, and it'll be 4th down, and punting for the first time today will be Tom Orris for the San Francisco 49ers. Going back is Billy White Shoes Johnson, the all-time leading punt returner in the National Football League. Orris will be kicking from his 27. Johnson has room at the 22. Goes nowhere. And Ron Ferrari made sure of it.
Guess who, huh?
Right? What a terrific player he is. Timeout. The 49ers kicker Jackson is not good. The Falcons wide receiver has a fractured left clavicle. He'll be out. 49ers lose Tyler. The Falcons lose Jackson. And Bartkowski fakes one way and going up the middle to Hodge. Hodge has it, and he's going to go all the way and score. There are no penalty markers down. And that will be a 76-yard touchdown pass from Steve Bartkowski to Floyd Hodge. Just like that.
Well, first credit the offensive line of the Atlanta Falcons that time. They gave Bartkowski all day long. Hodge was down working against Ronnie Lott, and he had Lott turned about 3 different ways. We'll see the replay after the extra point.
Luckhurst will attempt the conversion for Floyd Hodge. That is his first NFL touchdown. It is also his 2nd reception of the year. Holding is Mike Morosky, and a chance for Luckhurst to tie the score for the Falcons, and he doesn't. It hits the goal post and comes back down. No good, and that's the 2nd one he's missed this year.
Little things like this can sometimes really take the wind out of your sails. Looks like you got a good hold. It got a little of the turf. It looks behind the ball and just yanked it to the left. Here's the touchdown again. Bartkowski again, as I said, plenty of time. Looks to the left, flags it over there, looks back to the right, waits for Hodge. He had Lott turned around. He's wide open. Dwight Hicks comes across, misses the tackle. Lott will try to catch up, but Hodge gets in for the 6 points.
So Hodge had no receptions this season before today. He has 2, one of them for the touchdown, but the 49ers still lead.
It's a little
14-13 the score. The 49ers still lead by virtue of Mick Luckhurst missing the conversion. And now he will be kicking off as the wind blows the ball off the tee.
You know, Dick, you mentioned earlier that Dan Henning had been influenced by several coaches in his career. Sid Gilman one, Don Shula, Joe Gibbs. And that was definitely Sid Gilman play calling right there on that touchdown. Hit the ball downfield.
12 seconds, one play, 76 yards. And Bartkowski now has 8 touchdown passes, no interception this year as Luckhurst's kick, helped by the wind, sails virtually out of the end zone. So the 49ers will go on offense, 1st and 10. Let's check some scores in the National Football League right now. Minnesota beat Detroit. Dallas came from behind once again to beat New Orleans. And next week, most of you will see the Dallas Cowboys against the Minnesota Vikings.
And maybe Archie Manning at quarterback.
That's true. 1st and 10 for Joe Montana at the 20-yard line. He has Bill Ring and Jeff Moore in the I formation. Play action. Montana. Montana has room and he can run, and he will. 25, 30, and out of bounds. 1st down at the 35-yard line and a 15-yard pickup.
He'll hurt you. We'll take a look at it ground level. The rookie out there, number 74, Pitts, loses the outside containment, goes to the inside. He's blocked by Bubba Paris. Montana spots that with no receiver downfield, and Dwight Clark gets a little block for him about 10 yards deep to keep one defensive back off him, and he's out of bounds.
Montana now has rushed for 18 yards, and he is the leading 49er rusher. Nehemiah in motion on a reverse. Here's Dwight Clark. Clark with John Ayers blocking. Finally brought down by Bobby Butler, and a face mask will be tacked onto it. So a little of Bill Walsh's pizzazz right there.
We've had White Shoes Johnson catching the ball and throwing the ball. We've had Dwight Clark catching it and running it now. These guys have both got a big bag over there with a lot of tricks in it, both Henning and Walsh.
Bobby Butler all over Dwight Clark, and a good block by John Ayers. There's Butler, number 1 pick in his 3rd year. They'll mark it off to the 48. It's called against Al Richardson. Butler made the tackle. Richardson came on with the face mask penalty. So it's 1st and 10 now. 49ers still in their own territory at the 48. Montana finds Bill Ring and hit hard. No gain on the play, and Al Richardson was right there. Richardson had a fine game against the 49ers last December in that game that we've been referring to.
2 plays ago, here is Dwight Clark on an end around with Ayers out in front, working on Butler. Butler does a good job playing off Ayers and getting in on the tackle here. They called that on 56. I didn't see him around.
I don't know. They got me. 2nd and 9. Bill Ring. And Bill Ring. They have the 1st down with terrific 2nd effort. He is just a joy. What an effective player he has been. Bill Walsh calls him a fireman type. It took Glazebrook and Richardson to bring him down, and the 49ers have a 1st down.
Bill Ring was a free agent for the 49ers. He was cut and re-signed twice. Made the team initially by being a bomber on special teams, but every time he gets a chance to play, as I mentioned earlier, he makes good things happen for the 49ers.
Originally a member of the Steelers. 1st and 10 at the 41 now. 49ers in Atlanta territory. 9 minutes 40 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ronaldo Nehemiah goes in motion. Montana has time, and he hits his man, Mike Wilson. So another receiver for the 49ers, 3rd-year free agent and a former Dallas Cowboy. Mike Wilson with another 1st down for the Niners.
The Atlanta Falcons, respecting the speed of Ronaldo Nehemiah, he cleared out over there on that side, and then Wilson runs in behind him. See Nehemiah going deep there. Wilson ran an out pattern right in behind him. Wilson, a big, strong receiver, much like Dwight Clark, with perhaps a little bit better speed.
He started 1 game last year as a running back against San Diego. This was a 16-yard pickup. Craig and Moore, the setbacks. 1st and 10 at the Falcon 27. And here's Roger Craig. Tripped up, but gets inside the 20. Buddy Curry makes the tackle.
He's a little upset with himself, Craig is. Had he been able to keep his feet and not stumble there, he may have been gone for the 6.
Remember, we talked to Bill Walsh about Roger Craig yesterday, and he said that he's going to have his 100-yard days before the season is out, and what a prophet he may be.
He's a big kid, about 220, and he was a hurdler in college, so he can run. He's got good speed. His hero when he came to the 49ers was Nehemiah, not because he was a football player, but because he was a hurdler.
2nd down and 2. And not this time. Forcing the run. Penalty flag is down, was Kenny Johnson. See what the call is, and it appears to be against the Falcons. 12 men on the field. 12 men on the field for the Falcons on that play. Roger Craig was the ball carrier. Let's see if that was it appeared as if 12 men were there. Let's get the official call from Dooley.
12 men on line, defense, 12 men in the game. First
do
down.
that.
Well, it worked. They stopped him. That's an old George Halas trick, by the way. Send in 3 guys and 2 come on.
Right about this area, too, right? First and 10 at the 14. Jeff Moore goes in motion for Montana, and the pass is caught by Clark. Clark just gets to about the 10. Will pick up 4 yards on the play. The linebackers, Fulton Kuykendall, who has really had a terrific year, and the outside man, Buddy Curry, make the tackle on Dwight Clark.
I'll tell you, they're going to make Clark pay for every ball he catches in that short linebacker zone right here. He comes out. Curry is number 50. Montana looking for him all the way. There's 1 hit. There's 2 hits. There's 3 by the time he gets on the ground.
Jeff Merrow is back in the game now. He was shaken up. You saw him before, and he's back in there now. Right now, Joe Montana, what a day he's having. 20 and 23. 2nd and 6. Bill Ring bouncing off prospective tacklers. Picks up a yard maybe. David Fry, a free agent from Purdue, makes the stop. There is Fry. He was starting for Joel Williams, who was a holdout in preseason. Williams, of course, was sent to Philadelphia. 6'2", 200, and because of his size, wasn't drafted. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 49ers need to get inside the 4 to keep possession. Look for a first down. Ball's at the 10. Play action. And this pass is going to be picked off by Bobby Butler. And Joe Montana has thrown his 2nd interception of the game. And this one, as the 49ers were threatening to score, and Butler picks it off.
Well, you wonder about the reason on this throw right here. Play action right there. That doesn't fool anybody with 3rd down and about 6 to go. One of the poorest throws that you'll see Joe Montana make. Dwight Clark had cleared out. That was Jeff Moore down there. But Montana basically lofted it up there with not much on it. Had it for grabs. And Atlanta dodges a bullet with 6:43 left in the 3rd quarter.
And Billie Jean King and the youngster and Carling Bassett will be there. Bobby Butler behind that crowd sitting on the bench. We'll find him sometime. 1st and 10 at the 11th. Andrews tripped up. I guess John Hardy might have tripped him up at the line. Butler, by the way, that's his 2nd interception of the season. And he had 2 last year, and that tied for the club lead. 9th of his career for Bobby Butler. Well, secondary's been equal to the task. Goal line.
Both teams have made deep penetrations and have come up empty in this ball.
6:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's 14-13. The 49ers lead the Falcons, and here's William Andrews looking for room. Ricky Ellison, the rookie inside linebacker from USC, was there to make the tackle.
Call him a miniature hacksaw. Not a miniature one because he's about the same size as Hacksaw, but they call him a younger one.
Andrews has gained 82 yards on 20 carries. 3rd and 6. Bartkowski under pressure. Penalty flag is down, and so is Bartkowski. Tina Turner. And Dwayne Board with the pass rush. Pillar's also in there. But let's see what the penalty is. And it's going to be against the Falcons because their kicking team is coming on.
Holding, 78 offense. Penalty is declined. It's 4th down.
Mike Cann, the left tackle, one of the best, holding on this one.
Who seldom holds. Lawrence Pillars was the first to show up back here, but it was good pass defense downfield in the secondary. Bartkowski really had nowhere to go.
It's 4th down and a high snap, and Luckhurst, or Giacomaro, gets it off, and it drops in Atlanta territory and is down there at the 47. The 49ers have outstanding field position after the rookie from Penn State. Actually, he booted it out of there pretty well. 5:11 showing on the clock in the 3rd quarter. The 49ers still lead by 1, and when they come back, it'll be 1st and 10 on the Atlanta 46.
A lot of good old boys around here know the best places to hunt and fish. Places that are hard to get to and get through and get around. That's why they got the original. The Honda ATC. The ATC will get you through water. It'll get you through swamp and mud. The fact is, the ATC works so good down here. There's a story going around that Mr. Honda used to live on the bayou. Everybody know he lived up by Shreveport.
Were stopped by an interception the last time they had the ball. If they want to put any room between them and the Falcons, this may be an opportunity. Atlanta's playing solid defense today. Jeff Moore in for Wendell Tyler and Bill Ring are the running backs. And on play action, Solomon. Freddie Solomon to the 15-yard line. Kenny Johnson makes the tackle on a play awfully familiar. We saw it last week against St. Louis.
Solomon downfield against the safety Tommy Pridemore that time. Play action right there that really didn't hold anybody. Montana had good protection. Solomon with great quickness and speed. Here he is again. He's so tough to hit, they don't even try it over the line of scrimmage. Over the middle. Number 27 there is Pridemore, who can't keep up with Solomon.
1st and 10 at the 14 for the 49ers. That was a 31-yard pickup. And with Randy Cross blocking, Jeff Moore straight arms Bobby Butler and goes out of bounds close to the 10-yard line. Right now, we want to remind you that this telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League, and it is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the San Francisco 49ers and the National Football League is prohibited. So good field position, and then a 31-yard pass and run from Montana to Solomon sets up the Niners. It's 2nd down and 9 at the 13. Clock stopping at 4:22 to go in the 3rd quarter. Solomon is in motion. Montana. And Solomon again on the receiving end. He doesn't mind those crossing patterns, does he?
Try to run it under the linebackers that time. You see Solomon motion, number 88 right there. Now he'll run a little circle pattern short. Tries to beat David Fry, the rookie out of Purdue. Now watch him close. He's got a good speed, and he moves in on Solomon and makes a fine play.
A 4-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd and 5 as Nehemiah comes in for Solomon. There's Fry, who made the play. Ronaldo Nehemiah in there, number 83. 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 9. Montana goes to Moore, driving for a 1st down and close to it at the 5-yard line. The right safety, Tom Pridemore, and David Fry make the stop. It'll be short of a 1st down by a good yard. And it's 4th down and a yard, and a decision for Bill Walsh.
Well, this is a tough decision, too. It's almost a sure 3 points with Wershing. Now watch Wershing as he comes in the field. He's one of the most superstitious kickers in the National Football League. He won't look up. He won't look at the goalpost. Now he'll come in and probably tap Montana on the shoulder pad. There you go, right there. Now watch him. He still won't look up. He gauges where he is on the field by looking at the hash marks. He has not looked up yet at the goalpost.
And now he does the 24-yard kick is good. And the San Francisco 49ers settling for 3 and now taking a 17-13 lead. Ray Wersching, perfect 4 for 4 of the year. And, of course, he can do it without looking up until that ball's in the air. We'll be back.
All day long, we're all business. After that, it's a whole new ball game.
Welcome to Miller Time. It's all yours, and it's all mine. Bring your thirsty self right here. The rich, smooth taste of Miller beer is what you have in mind. Welcome to Miller Time.
Welcome to the rich, smooth taste of Miller High Life.
As it usually is between the 49ers and the Falcons. The Niners lead it 17-13. And now Ray Wersching, who kicked his 4th field goal of the season, will kick off that drive. 39 yards in 5 plays in 1:39. There's Wersching, whose longest kick has been 38 yards. That one has been his shortest field goal of the year. 3:32 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
See him working on the ball right there. Kickers do that. Watch, he'll squeeze it, try to soften it up a little bit, because when you do that, you get better compression and you can kick it further. They always put a new ball in for the kickoff, and the kicker, when he goes out there, tries to form it a little bit, break the casing on a little bit so his foot can get a little deeper into it.
And he's also kicking into the wind. Deep for the Falcons. Richard Williams and Lynn Kane. And now they switch positions. Williams to the left, Kane to the right. And it's going to go to the rookie from Memphis State. And he won't get beyond the 20-yard line. Tom Holmoe, defensive back from Brigham Young, stops Williams. So the 2 rookies collide right there. Well, on Saturday, October 15th, CBS Sports will be at Belmont Raceway to bring you the Jockey Club Gold Cup and Champagne Stakes. 1.5 mile Jockey Club races for 3-year-olds and up. It could very well decide Horse of the Year for 1983. John Henry, Bates Motel, expected to run. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line for the Falcons. And in motion is Junior Miller. And here's William Andrews, head down, barreling forward to the 30. Pickup of almost 6 yards.
They've got to give it to him a little bit more now, and particularly on this drive, as he's their main man, and he doesn't get tired with the work. He carried the ball 30-some times last week in the ball game, and he said, it seems like the more tired I get, the better I play.
What about these guys? They're not getting tired. 2nd and 5, 29-yard line. Andrews. Great play by Rick Jervis. Rick Jervis had a chance to start for Williamson last year in the Kansas City game. He played so well, the coaches remembered it, and he hung on there. He almost went back to school and didn't get another chance. The Redskins lead the Seahawks 20-10 in the 3rd quarter. Another game going on. San Diego, after trailing early, has forged ahead of the Cleveland Browns. And the LA Raiders unbeaten, leading Denver 10-0 in the 3rd. And we have a tie at Shea Stadium in New York between the Rams and the Jets.
49ers have their nickel defense in there now, but don't be surprised if Atlanta runs again with William Andrews.
6 new men in there on this passing play for the 49ers. Bartkowski, 3rd and 3, finds Jenkins. And it's Eric Wright who finally corrals him, but not before Jenkins has a 1st down for the Falcons at the San Francisco 49-yard line.
Now, no one throws this pattern any better than Steve Bartkowski. Good protection. Mike Ken with a good job on Fred Dean over on the right side. No hands up in front of his face, and he just lines it in there about 20 yards downfield, about 15 across the field, and it was just like a line drive.
Jenkins has caught 7 passes for 76 yards. Dwight Clark has also caught 7 for the 49ers. That was a 20-yard pickup. 1st and 10. Andrews. Remember, we asked Andrews yesterday, where do you think you rank? He says, I think I'm the best running back in the National Football League right now.
Well, he said, if I'm not the best, I'm one of the best.
And he is.
Bet.
He talked about his carries. He carried 32 times against the Lions. That was a club record.
Says he analyzes himself every day, and he tries to play for consistency. He says consistency is William Andrews.
2nd and 5 at the 44. Little play action. Bartkowski gets hit, and Ronnie Lott is all over Jenkins. And pass interference call. It's not going to do Ronnie any good to plead his case there. A penalty will give the Falcons 1st and 10 at the 16 of the 49ers.
The defensive back is allowed to go for the ball with both hands.
Pass interference, 42, defense, first down.
They called Ronnie Lott for pass interference. We'll see the end of it. If we can clear it up. Did he have both hands up there after the ball? You can't tell in that shot.
Right. You can't tell. 43 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 Falcons at the San Francisco 17. 17 to 13 to score. Screen pass to Hodge, who caught the touchdown pass earlier, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 16-yard line by Ronnie Lott.
That's a pass that Dan Henning brought over with him from the Redskins. They throw that a lot to Garrett, the flanker. Ronnie Lott comes up and forces him out of bounds. They hope that he'll break a tackle and pick up extra yardage on that with a lineman out in front of him. That time it got him just about a yard and a half.
2nd and 9. Will call a timeout. 49ers at one point led 14 to nothing. Joe Montana with touchdown passes to Dwight Clark, 21 yards in the 1st quarter and 12 yards in the 2nd. And then just before the half, a big touchdown for the Falcons when Bartkowski hit Billy Johnson, 20 yards, and it was 14 to 7. And then Floyd Hodge caught a 76-yard touchdown play to make it 14 to 13. Luckhurst missed the conversion, and Ray Wershing's field goal has made it 17-13. But the Falcons are threatening to take the lead now. Next Sunday on CBS Sports, the NFL Today starts it off at 12:30 Eastern Time, and then fans who are watching this game in the Bay Area will see the 49ers against the Patriots, who upset Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay at Green Bay for the viewers in Florida, Philadelphia, Atlanta for our viewers in the South and East, and Dallas and Minnesota for most of the country. Falcons using up one of their 3 timeouts right here, and not really a bad decision, is it?
Well, if they had any questions at all, this is the area on the field inside the 20-yard line. They call that the red zone. This is the area on the field where you don't want to make any mental mistakes. You want to make sure that everybody has the right call, that they can hear the quarterback, that the quarterback has the right play. Bartkowski's been around long enough to know all that, so he made sure of it.
2nd down 9 at the 16. Good day for Bartkowski. In motion the other way goes Alfred Jenkins. Bartkowski fakes Jenkins' way, goes the other way, and gets Hodge. And Hodge is stopped at the 13-yard line, so they pick up 3. And so the look one way and another didn't fool the Niners.
But it's a good idea to do that. You never want to play stare down with the receivers. Bartkowski has been excellent at that today.
So now at 3rd down and 3. Fred Dean and his crew come on there, and that's the nickel defense for Bill Walsh. He's got Tim Collier as the nickel back, number 47. Dana McLemore, of course, hurt. Collier had an interception and a touchdown against St. Louis, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. Falcons will have 3rd and 3, threatening when we come back. And that's the end of it. And for Atlanta, it's 3rd and 3 on the 49er 10. In motion is Alfred Jenkins. And here's William Andrews. And Andrews gets inside the 5 and has a 1st down to the 4-yard line, and now has gone over 100 yards. Ron Ferrari makes the tackle. So Andrews, who came into the game with an even 300 yards in 3 games, now is over 400 yards in 4.
That was just a great effort on that carry. The 49ers had a defense pretty well at the point of attack. He was hit near the line of scrimmage and then just bulled forward for the yardage that he needed. We mentioned earlier that he'll be as strong at the end of the ball game as he is at the first, and this is a good indication right here. Look, a lot of red shirts out there, and he takes some hits, but they're not going to get him down until he gets what he needs.
First and goal at the 3. Falcons can take the lead with a score here, and here goes Bartkowski. He's in. Touchdown. Well, he scored the winning touchdown last year on an unusual bootleg play against the Niners, and he has gone in now to give the Falcons the lead for the first time in the game.
I don't think they will be questioning his mobility much longer, especially in this type of offense. A rollout right away. That was designed. He's looking for the tight end Young, but he was covered. He cuts back inside of Ferrari and Kugler, leaves them both on the turf, and gets the 6 points. A great effort by Bartkowski.
On the second play of the 4th quarter, Steve Bartkowski scores. That is his first touchdown on the ground, and Luckhurst with Morosky holding. Try to give Atlanta a 3-point lead. He does. And the Falcons, who are trailing at 1 point, 14-0, have moved in front now 20-17 with 50 seconds gone by in the 4th quarter. So you're seeing a calm, cool, and collected Atlanta team not fazed by an early 49er lead. Forge ahead here in the 4th.
Pontiac has created a car so new, so different.
Fiero.
It will fire your imagination like no other car ever built.
Fiero.
Park capacity crowd here as the Falcons have taken the lead for the first time in the game, 20-17. 50 seconds gone by in the 4th quarter. Mick Luckhurst will kick off for the Falcons. Carl Monroe and Jeff Moore are deep for the 49ers. Now here's Monroe at the 5-yard line. Crashes forward to the 27. Earl Jones makes the tackle. There is Wendell Tyler, who has suffered a dislocated left shoulder and is out and will be out for quite some time. A very tough loss for the 49ers, who have become one of the most diversified offensive teams in the league. They were before, but they really were with Wendell in there.
200-yard games in a row. The first time that had happened for the 49ers in a long time.
First and 10 at the 29 for Joe Montana. He's got Bill Ring and Jeff Moore. And here is Bill Ring cutting inside nicely. Ring to the 38-yard line. Picks up 8 yards on that carry and a good cut.
Bill Walsh says, Dick, that he really can't use Ring all the time. He has to spot him. If he used him all the time, because the effort that he puts forth, he'd be so tired by the 4th quarter that he couldn't get the job done.
Tackle was made by Don Smith, so an 8-yard pickup by Bill Ring. 49ers have gained 91 yards on the ground. William Andrews himself has 102 for Atlanta. Draw play to Ring. He's got the first down. And gets to the 46. Buddy Curry the tackle.
See, he does have good ability. He does have a very quick start. Now, he's about 5'10", about 210, 215 solid pounds, and he gets an excellent block up front by Randy Cross on this draw play. Good hole right there. He's not touched until he's about 3 or 4 yards into the secondary by Fry, the linebacker.
Well, they don't have Tyler, but they're getting it done with a variety of people, with Moore, Craig, and Bill Ring. In motion is Earl Cooper. First and 10. Montana looking downfield, and he finds Freddie Solomon. Butler was right with him, but Solomon made a good catch and has a first down now inside the Atlanta 40-yard line. Big catches by Solomon today.
It is, and a good job really by the Atlanta secondary. Butler was right on him, and once again, let us point out that when you catch a ball in the Atlanta secondary, watch what happens to you. You get hit.
16-yard pickup. Bill Ring gets a hand as he goes out of the ball game for the 49ers. Carl Monroe replaces him. In motion is Jeff Moore. Here's Monroe. Cutting inside. Monroe inside the 30-yard line. Make that Craig. Roger Craig with a fine run inside to the 29-yard line.
Cross and Fahnhorst airs out on the linebacker. The block there by Earl Cooper. He kicked out on the defensive end. Good blocking up front that time. Craig had a massive hole.
Laysbrook the tackle. So Roger Craig, 32 yards with 2nd and 1. Montana keeping it on the ground, and Jeff Moore spins his way. First down inside the 25-yard line. Plenty of time remaining. We have 11:15 showing on the clock, and Joe Montana using everything at his command. All his receivers. First down. And many runners. David Fry made the tackle, and then the first down as he gets the play from the sideline. Falcons lead the 49ers 20-17. Briggs and Moore the backs. Montana, Jeff Moore, dropped it. Wide open. Just dropped the ball.
Had it may have taken his eyes off it just for an instant because Tommy Pridemore was coming over on him. Let's watch it. In his hands.
I don't believe Fry got a piece of it. He might have distracted Moore, though. 2nd down and 10. Montana now, in 29 attempts, has completed 24 passes for 235 yards. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Montana drills this one. And it's caught by Solomon again. He has made some big catches today for the 49ers. It is a first down. And for Solomon, that's his 6th reception of the game. He's gone over 100 yards.
Joe Montana is looking to Solomon more and more, it seems, this season. Last year, they worked Ronaldo Nehemiah in the game a lot, put him in certain situations, and Solomon didn't see the football as much as he's seen it this year. But Montana seems to be going now to number 88 as much as anybody on this team.
He's caught 9 passes in 2 games. Here is Roger Craig outside using his power as he gets close to the 5. And the crowd, some of them on their feet. Laysbrook and Butler make the tackle for Roger Craig as the 49ers 2nd down, threatening to retake the lead.
Bill Walsh calling the plays on the sidelines, mixing them up beautifully on this drive. The 49ers can get a first down without scoring. About 2 yards to go for that. That's Guy Benjamin, who gets the signal from Walsh and then wigwags him into Montana.
2nd down 2. Ball at the 5. Craig doing the ball carrying, and Freddie Solomon has been the receiver. He's wide left. Clark split to the right. Here's Craig inside the 5, close to the goal line. Did not get in, but he got as close as you can without going in.
And a first down.
Fred Quillen, the center, a superb block for Roger.
Craig, an upright runner. He's easy to get a helmet on, but he's hard to bring down. Good leg drive right there by the rookie from Nebraska. He moves the pile. That's tough to do.
1st and goal. Here's Craig. And a fake and a touchdown to Earl Cooper. Roger Craig is as happy as anyone. He was part of that play as he is dancing at the 49er bench. He executed that fake to perfection, and a touchdown toss. Montana to Earl Cooper. The 49ers regain the lead. Wershing will try to give the 49ers a very important 4-point lead right here. He does.
Watch That's the fake right here by Roger Craig. Montana does a good job of hiding it for a second. Releases just in front. As somebody's back there pressuring him, Cooper slipped out unnoticed. That was because of Roger Craig's fake.
And for Joe Montana, that is his third touchdown pass of the day. 4, 3, and 3. That's 10 the last 3 games for him. The fourth quarter, the 49ers leading 24-20 as Montana hit Cooper, who has caught 7 passes this year, 3 of them for touchdowns. Dan Henning looking on from the Atlanta sideline in what is now developing into a seesaw game. The kickoff, Richard Williams at the goal line. Takes it out to the 20. And a fine run back by Richard Williams, and that's the best kickoff return the Falcons have had all year. They bring it out to the 35. There's your scoring drive. Craig, a big ball carrier, Solomon a receiver in that drive, Wayne.
Without a doubt, Atlanta has to get on one themselves here. When we talked to their ball players yesterday, they have a lot of confidence in Dan Henning's offense. They said that it actually makes the defense sit back on their heels, and they have a lot of confidence in getting the job done.
Following the 32-yard kickoff return, 1st and 10 at the 35. Bartkowski being chased by Harper. Willie Harper with the sack.
A calculated risk by the 49ers. They don't blitz much on 1st down, especially sending the strong side linebacker Harper. He jammed Junior Miller at the line of scrimmage. Watching 59 is Harper. Jammed Miller there, got away from him, and came in on Bartkowski, who couldn't find anyone to go to downfield. Harper almost lost him, but then drug him down.
So for Dan Henning, he's looking at his quarterback, who has been sacked 6 times today and hasn't gotten to Joe Montana at all. 2nd and 19 back at the 26. William Andrews finds an opening, and Ronnie Lott rides it to the 37-yard line. And that terrific player, William Andrews, gains all but 8 of those yards back.
And a great call here, an easy way to get 10 back. Give it to this guy, number 31. He makes a great read. There was nothing there at the point of attack, and he cut it back. Got in the secondary, was stopped by Lott.
Now it's 3rd and 8. Here's Ronnie. He's on the cover of the 49er press guide. That's all you need to know about how they think of him around here. Billy Johnson in motion. Bartkowski has Jenkins 1st down short of midfield. They've done that pattern several times today when they've been in trouble.
And they do that for one single reason, is that their guy Bartkowski can throw that pattern better than anybody in the league. He's got as strong as arm as anybody that plays the game. Tim Collier right here, the nickelback, in pretty good shape. A great move, a great stop by Jenkins, and then the ball is right there on the money.
.748 remaining in the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 for the Falcons on their 49 following that 12-yard pickup. Andrews, no surprise, up the middle and picks up 3 yards. John Hardy makes the tackle along with Ricky Ellison, the inside linebacker. Let's check the scoreboard right now. Washington leading Seattle in the 4th quarter 20-10. And the Rams have regained the lead over the Jets 17-14 after the Jets tied the score, and the Raiders over Denver in the 3rd. San Diego holding on. 2nd and 7 at the 48. Andrews gets bottled up. Maybe a yard. And it was Ricky Ellison who was tested for the first time against the St. Louis Cardinals.
Ricky Ellison, the rookie, starting alongside Jack Reynolds. They say he plays a lot like him. 69 is Ellison. Very smart play. Stays behind the runner in his pursuit.
It is 3rd and 6 now. The Falcons with 6:42 and running. Jenkins, Billy Johnson, and Floyd Hodge are the wide receivers in there. And on a draw play, Here is Andrews getting a first down. Not as quite much of a draw, but an opener off the right side. And Ferrari and Lott make the tackle on William Andrews, who's well over 120 yards on the day.
We complimented Bill Walsh on his play selection on that last drive by the 49ers. On the other side of the coin, Dan Henning is doing the same thing right now for Atlanta. This is just a great call in this situation, and a nervy one, even though you've got a great back like Andrews.
8 yards there. He has 126 on the day. First and 10 at the 49er 38-yard line. Under 6 minutes to go. Bartkowski going deep. Almost intercepted by Dwight Hicks. And a penalty flag is down at the 15-yard line. This game is no different from what we anticipated in this keen rivalry in the NFC West. Hodge was the intended receiver. It's against the 49ers. And that'll hurt the San Francisco cause, and the Falcons continue to keep breathing. They had the lead, lost it, now threatening to take it again.
Obviously, it had to be on number 42, Ronnie Lott, over there if they called it down there that deep. As Hicks came in late.
Illegal contact. 42. Defense. First down.
That's right. You called it, Wayne. It's on Ronnie Lott.
Lott's been playing a great game, and Floyd Hodge perhaps having the game of his NFL life. No question about that. Contact right there. Ball's in the air. Would he have caught it?
That's the second important penalty on pass defense for the 49ers today that have given the Falcons new life. First and 10. Bartkowski across the field to Andrews. Andrews to the 30-yard line. And another flag is down as Andrews is written out of bounds at the 25, and that one should go against the white shirts.
I think it will. R.C. Thielman was out blocking on Keena Turner, who did an excellent job in the flat. And I think that'll be the call.
That's it. Thielman is upset and actually tapped Tom Dooley on the shoulder in protesting that penalty. Eric Wright, by the way, made the hit on William Andrews. 5:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. The 49ers lead the Falcons 24-20. First place at stake in the NFC West. New Orleans lost to Dallas. The Rams lead the Jets by 3.
Holding. 68. Offense. First down.
It's Thielman, as you said.
Scariest situation in the world for an outside linebacker here. Got a guy like Andrews with a blocker in front of him. Now watch Keena Turner try to maintain his balance and leverage on Andrews. Gets him to slow down, gets him to run sideways, doing as good as he can. Thielman takes him down. I don't know whether I'd have called that. I don't know whether I'd have called any of these last 3 calls. That's just good football I think they're playing out there. Keep those flags in the pocket for a while.
First down, 18. Back to the 41-yard line for the Falcons. Bartkowski doing a lot of rolling out here in the fourth quarter, and he'll roll down. Dwayne Board. Boy, did they miss Dwayne Board last year. Maybe the most complete defensive lineman the 49ers have.
Without question he is, but this is just a great job in the secondary. This is a planned rollout here now by Bartkowski. You see he's got a blocker in front of him. Board just hustles from the backside and comes in on it. Good effort by Dwayne Board, who has had 2 serious knee operations in the last 3 years. He was the last cut of the Pittsburgh Steelers when he was a rookie, picked up by the 49ers, and he's paid dividends.
Second down and now 27. The Falcons are back in their own territory at the 48. This pass is caught, but it won't go far. Billy Johnson with Ronnie Lott making the hit.
Lott doesn't tackle, he assaults you.
Right now, the 49ers are playing their most physical defense of the day. They are going after it on every down.
Look at this right here. There's just a little something extra going on out there on both sides now of the football. Third down and 22. Ronnie Lott.
was a basketball player at USC, so he's got a lot of athletic skills going for him. Former #1 draft pick. The nickel for the 49ers. And Freddie Dean gets to Bartkowski.
It's the first time you've called his name this afternoon, I believe, Dick, and it came at the best time for the 49ers. Mike Ken has done a good job on him that time. Dean really came over the top of a couple people to get back there.
8 sacks for 59 yards, and Giacomaro will kick it away to Freddie Solomon, who will let it bounce, and it takes a 49er bounce out of bounds at the 30-yard line.
You don't know how dangerous that kick right there was for the 49ers. That almost hit Eric Wright in the back of the leg. If it would have been, Atlanta could have come up with a football.
And I think Freddie Solomon was yelling as the ball was in the air, watch out, this kick is going to be short. Don't let it hit you. It came out the 49ers all right, and we'll be back. Have the ball, 1st and 10 on their 30 with 3:54 remaining in the 4th quarter and leading 24-20 over the Atlanta Falcons. Time for ball control for the 49ers. Let's see how they do it. Bill Ring and Jeff Moore, the running backs, and here's Bill Ring. Runs into a crowd up the middle and still going. What a terrific player. He gets 5 right there, maybe more. Glazebrook and Pridemore, the 2 safeties, make the stop.
This guy's got a heart like a blowtorch. He really does. Pull it up inside there, nothing there. He keeps battling, pulls away and picks up 5 big yards.
Keep in mind that the Falcons used a timeout earlier. They only have 2 remaining. And it is 2nd and 5 at the 36. Is this an offensive game? The numbers say yes. Ring, 42 yards on 7 carries. And here is Bill again. Cuts inside and hit hard, but he's got the first down, I believe. Bill Ring with tackled by Buddy Curry and Keith Farnhorst with a crunching block. First down.
Farnhorst on the pole right here. 71's out in front. Jeff Moore's out there. Ring cuts it up. Watch that collision right there. David Fry, the rookie linebacker, making a hit on Ring.
1st and 10 at the 41 for the 49ers as Russ Francis replaces Eason Ramson. Clock runs, 2:35 remaining. 4th quarter. Niners trying to protect the 4-point lead. Falcons need a touchdown. And Ring is trying to chew up that clock, and the turf here at Candlestick Park gets a couple of yards up the middle. Fry again makes the stop. Joe Montana, who has 3 touchdown passes today, and Atlanta is calling a timeout now. That'll leave them with only 1 remaining timeout.
But it's a smart timeout because it'll enable San Francisco to run 1 more play, and then the clock will stop because of the 2-minute warning. That way they won't have to use their last one.
Pontiac has created a driver's car the whole family can enjoy. Pontiac 6000. Enjoy the styling. Enjoy the room.
Times for 13 yards since the 49ers took possession on their 30-yard line. You see the clock, 2:14 remaining. The Falcons have 1 more timeout. 2nd and 8 at the 43. Montana under pressure gets it off the Ring. Ring has a first down into Atlanta territory at the 44. It's Bill Ring's drive.
Ground level on our replay, and you'll see that Atlanta blitzes everybody. Curry's coming. All the linebackers are coming. Montana spots it, dumps it out here to Ring. He's wide open in the flat and picks up the first down. Atlanta took a chance by blitzing their linebackers, and it backfired on them.
And we now have our 2-minute warning here at Candlestick Park, and the 49ers are in seeming control here. They're at the 44 of Atlanta. They have a 4. Wayne Walker, the story. 49ers lead 24-20. 2 minutes to go, and it's 1st and 10 on the Falcon 43. In motion. Freddie Solomon, and here's Bill Ring. Ring off the right side, gets to the 40 and picks up almost 4 yards on the play. So Bill Ring has rushed for 53 yards and has caught 3 passes for 26 in this game. Keep in mind, Wendell Tyler lost to the 49ers with a dislocated shoulder, and Alfred Jackson with a broken clavicle lost to the Falcons today.
And Montana's going to milk the 30-second clock down now. He'll call the play in the huddle, then go to the line of scrimmage and take his time, get the ball snapped right before time runs out. There's 7 seconds now.
For the Falcons, the missed conversion by Luckhurst always affects you in a situation like this, and it does on the scoreboard right now. As Montana uses up the clock, it'll be 3rd down and about 6 as the clock continues to run. Nearly a minute remaining. And the Falcons will now use up their last timeout.
They had to.
Joe Montana, 27 of 32 passes for 261 yards today. 3 touchdowns, 2 to Dwight Clark and 1 to Earl Cooper, and 2 interceptions. And Wendell Tyler, all he can do is wait.
I'm in the same league with Joe Montana and Ken Anderson.
When your kids join the NFL Super Pro Club, they're in the club that's part of the NFL. And they get a lot of surprises through the year, like the official Super Pro ID card from their favorite team, and this t-shirt transfer, the NFL trivia book, decals of their favorite team, newsletters full of inside information, their favorite team's photo, Bengals, Niners, the great NFL fun book, touch football booklet, sideline saucer, an NFL standings board where members can track their favorite team to the Super Bowl. It's all worth much more than the $6 membership fee. Your kids will love to join. Send name, address, name a favorite team, and a $6 check or money order to Super Pro, Box 9000, Trenton, New Jersey, 08650.
And your kids can be in the same league with us.
The preceding message was furnished by the National Football League.
It's 3rd down and 5 with 1:01 remaining for the 49ers, and the Falcons have used up their last timeout. After 37 of Atlanta, 24-20, the 49ers lead. Jeff Moore going outside, using up some time, and then he gets a 1st down. Moore. And let's see, he lost the ball, and the whistle blew. The Falcons thought they stripped the ball away, but the whistle had blown. And it's the 49ers still with the ball, and a 1st down, and the clock is running. Richardson thought he had it.
The Falcons are livid because not did they strip the ball, they just took it away from Jeff Clark at the end of this run, but the officials ruled he was down. Jeff Moore now, number 25, cutting inside. Keep your eye on the football.
He's got it. Yep, he does. 14-yard pickup, 16 seconds remaining. So the 49ers will snap a streak of 6 straight losses here at Candlestick Park as the Falcons lose their first road game of the year. And the 49ers go up 3-1 on the year. Atlanta will be 2-2 as Wendell Tyler goes off with a dislocated shoulder, and that will present some new problems for Bill Walsh as they get set for the New England Patriots this week. But right now, you're looking at some outstanding personnel, talent. William Andrews with a sensational game today. Montana for the 49ers.
This was a great football game, no question about it. It didn't really tell you anything except the 49ers won this one. It certainly didn't establish any superiority over the Atlanta team.
We want to thank executive producer Terry O'Neill, Charles H. Milton, the senior producer. This game produced by David Dinkins Jr. and directed by Bob Daly, Rich Nelson, and the rest of our crew, including Marty Aronoff, our right-hand man up here, Fred Bear with us, and the rest of the very fine crew here that has helped bring you this game. The San Francisco 49ers. As we talked about matchups, they don't always match up well with the Falcons, and it was touchy today for them, but they got that last score with 9:16 to go, Montana to Cooper, following the superb fake to Roger Craig, and the 49ers win it 24-20.
I just know that I watched an extremely good football game today, a great football game. Both teams, no drop off at all in their level of emotion or their intensity or their hustle out there on the field from the opening kickoff until that final gun.
The Falcons now will go home to face the Philadelphia Eagles next week, and the 49ers will journey east to go against the New England Patriots, who beat the Pittsburgh Steelers today in an upset. That game at Foxborough next week.